Hi Harshit, welcome to the channel, and you have opted for a sort of mock interview. We'll go through
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
Hi. Good morning.
good morning, Harshit. So yeah, before we get into the interview, let's talk about a bit about your experience. You have like around 1 year experience in DevOps and cloud. So this sort of interview is relevant for freshers, people who have
Yes,
this experience, and uh, those sort of people, more relevant to them.
y-
Yeah.
yes.
Just highlight, I will share your resume. Just highlight me like what sort of experience you have in your career, and we can take it up from there.
Okay. So I have, like I already mentioned in resume, like 1 year of experience in cloud and DevOps. So in my career, I done many of hands-on experience in Terraform as well as in AWS also.
Mhm.
And recently I completed one project of Jenkins. So yeah, and also I worked with Prometheus and Grafana also.
Right now you are working with this company, is it? Apex on.
Yes, yes, Apex on.
What sort of skill, the technologies are you working on?
I am working with Terraform, AWS, and Jenkins.
Okay. And you are working in serverless in AWS? No. And before, this is since November 22. How about
Yes,
before that? Spark Foundation. It's an internship.
yes, yes, internship.
Okay.
Yes. So this is internship, which is a 6 months of period, and which I learn about web development with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and after that I also learned some React.js topic,
Okay.
and also created one sample project.
And apart from these, this company and this internship, do you have some other other projects that you have built in your? Uh,
Yes. In my college career, I built many projects, like 2 to 3 projects I have made, which is come under one stack. This last one I mentioned in card fancy.
this one is where you are
The,
working right now,
no, I recently completed this project.
completed as in the company where you are working right now.
Yes.
Okay. So shouldn't it be highlighted here?
Uh, no, uh, I have highlighted there only my skill set and
Okay.
what I gained in my
Okay.
career.
Okay. That's just a suggestion. If you people will misleading that that is it a new project or something else, and you again put some dates. So try to collect and put it all of them at same place if possible.
Okay, all right.
And these are your college projects, is it? Or this is also a company project?
No, this is my individual project which I covered during my assignment.
Okay. All right. These are slightly basic HTML kind of projects. This is DevOps.
No,
And
this is Node.js, React.js, MongoDB, Monstack project.
yeah, right.
The last one, card fancy.
Right. And I wanted to check about this one. You are certified as well. You
Yes.
first you did March, you did Cloud Solution Architect Associate, and then you did Cloud Practitioner.
Uh, yes. Right.
Who guided you to do these certifications in this sequence?
Uh, no, this is not the right sequence, but in my company, first there is requirement for solution architect associate.
Mhm.
So first they suggest to do this certificate,
Right.
but after that we got some time, so that's why they told me to do this certification also.
Oh,
So this second certification I done in just 2 weeks.
okay, cool. I would have probably suggested if at all you have to do first,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, I
you
know
do
the
the other one.
sequence.
And moreover, if you have done this, you shouldn't do and spend time on this. You could have probably requested them for professional level certification if possible.
Yes.
All right. Now you can tell me a little bit about more about yourself. Which stream you did your graduation, and then we can talk about some other things.
Yes, yes. So before joining this company, I graduated from LDRP Institute, Gandhinagar. So and I completed my bachelor's degree there. So I learned a lot of skill set in that company, in that college, like React.js, Java programming, Python, also machine learning. So and I gained some valuable experience in my college life. And after that, in my placement cell, so I got this placement from our college side. So
Okay.
I worked since last 1 year.
You have highlighted a GitHub repository in your resume.
Yes.
I want to take you back to that. This is your GitHub, right?
I can see your screen.
You can't see? One second. This is your GitHub repository. I'm coming
Yes, yes,
from your resume.
yes, yes.
And if I look at it, you have hardly made any contribution. So what's the point highlighting this sort of you have few repositories, but if
Yes.
you look at your commit.
Yeah, I made some of the private repository also, but
Okay.
in public you cannot see that.
Hmm.
But yes, you are right. I made hardly contribution there.
But if you are highlighting it on your resume first page, try to bring those.
Okay.
Like uh, if there is an opportunity that you can make them public, try to bring them, because this doesn't give a good history that you have contributed only 17 contributions in last 1 year, which is very
Oh,
low. Usually you end up doing 4 or 5 in one day or that sort of thing. So this should be a 100, if not 1,000, sort of contributions in 1 year. And you don't have past contributions also. Even your historical contributions are not much.
okay.
So if you are
Okay. I'll
highlighting,
take note.
yeah, I would suggest you bring them. Yeah, sorry, we can go back to your story.
Yes. So before joining this company, the company gives some of the courses to do on Udemy, and I completed that. And after joining this company, I I started working on AWS, and which I mentioned in resume. I completed 2 certifications, and also I started learning DevOps. So I learned most of the tools of DevOps, and after that I got this project MSP.
Mhm.
So this project is about 7 to 8 months. So I recently completed this, and currently company told me to do learning on HPC. So the maybe HPC projects will come in future.
What is HPC? High performance.
High performance computing.
So, okay, how did you get into this company? How was that experience? How was their interview process?
Yeah. I told you this is about college placement.
Okay.
So I uh, so first I completed one aptitude test. The selection process is first is aptitude round, second is technical round, and the last is HR round.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the first is aptitude round, and it is online mode. So I successfully completed that section, and now second process is about technical interview, which is face to face. And so in that interview I covered uh, mostly Java programming topic, and also they asked some question about the cloud and Jenkins also.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is the highlight.
Okay.
And in HR round there is no this is the final round.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So it was relatively straightforward because of campus placement and
Yeah,
entry
yeah.
level job you were able to secure, which is good. Uh, Now, talking about your 1 year experience, over the last 1 year, you have been working in all these areas, right? AWS, Terraform, Kubernetes also,
Yes.
and Packer. So can you tell us like some example where you struggled somewhere, or you had to, learn something quickly and build a solution? Any experience you
Hmm?
have?
Yes, yes. So I stuck in one user story, which is about inspector. So I was creating AWS inspector by using Terraform, and I stuck like I am not able to create delegate admin account by using Terraform. So just uh, I just contact some of the seniors and also gone through some internet, but I didn't get any solutions from there.
Mhm.
So I found one video regarding that. So I found some solution. So I add one profile there in .aws folder. So yeah, this is the solution.
Okay. How did you find the solution? What was the solution?
I got one YouTube video
Okay.
from the solution.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about this project? What does this project do? What sort of customers do you manage? What is the
Yes.
business
So
value of this
so
project?
yeah. So in this managed service provider, we have covered almost 25 to 30 services AWS by using Terraform,
Mhm.
and which we have automated by using this code pipeline. So, for example, like customer requirement is only three services: EC2, VPC, uh, mm, and security group.
Mhm.
So, so we can start. So we can run this using a code pipeline.
Okay. But what does the product do? What is the
Yeah.
business value of this product? Does it sell pizzas behind the scene, or warehouse, or what's the value?
I exactly don't know about the value, but like just we have covered 25 to 30 services,
Mhm.
but in future we'll cover more also, like 50 to 60. So whenever a customer said, I need this is the service, so we don't need to create infrastructure for that, or we or or we don't have to go to the AWS console and just like the press the button, like whatever service we want to start.
Mhm.
So we just have to go through our Terraform code and whatever service we want. So we just have to start that service.
Okay. So have you created Terraform modules for this, or?
Yes, yes, created module.
Okay. But you don't know what the company does or what the product does. That knowledge is not there.
No, 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 I don't have that
But which
knowledge.
area do you work in? Is it finance, or is it for large companies or startups, or what kind of companies do you serve?
Large companies like Microsoft, Dell service, Dell Technologies, like that.
Can you tell me like how did you created pipelines for Terraform? Did you create it, or you used it already created pipelines?
No, I have created. Like AWS code pipeline is also a service. So which we have, which I have done by using Terraform code, and like we have to just start the code pipeline,
Mhm.
and whichever service we want to start, we have to put it into another folder, which is dev folder. So we can start from there. So this is the uh, process.
Okay, so you have been explained this process and you follow that process. Do you Have you worked in like some sort of, is it one single AWS account you work, or you work in multiple AWS accounts?
Multiple AWS account. At least three accounts I work on.
Uh, what are those three accounts?
This is like for testing purpose, which like cross account testing we are using in AWS Inspector, we have created delegated admin accounts. So
Isn't it get
this
very complicated because cross account, for example, in my company, we use multiple accounts. And what happens, we have to remember password for all of them, like user ID and password for all the accounts.
yes. So so we can also do a single sign-on.
Okay.
But I have not experience on that. No, we are creating by using username and password. We are logging to that account.
That's how you are logging in. But you
Yes.
understand how it works in larger companies where they have 1,000 accounts?
No idea.
Yeah, that single sign-on thing that you were talking. Do you know conceptually how it works?
I heard from the certification I am learning AWS Solution Architect. So in that I remember.
Okay. Did you ever had to work on security side of infrastructure, ensuring that that the infrastructure you are creating is secure? How do you make sure that it is following good practices?
Uh, no, actually, my colleagues are working on that, but I know like databases we have to keep it in our private subnet, and load balancer are in private subnets, and EC2 uh, EC2 which we are creating it that is in public subnet. So like
Do you want to
at
revise that?
some amount.
Do you want to revise that, what you mentioned? You said load balancers in private subnets and EC2 instance in public subnet.
Yes. I think I not remembered that topic too much.
Okay. But what's your suggestion to a company which is hosting their website in cloud? How should this structure be?
The structure should be the all services are in private subnet.
Okay. But how will then
And
external party will access my EC2 instance?
by using net gateway.
Okay. Got it.
And for example, we have put some services in public subnet. So we have to update we have to update that service. So we also attach internet gateway in public subnet.
Right. That's what makes it public. But how do you make sure, what do you send to your customer that this is the URL they can hit and they can join this website? More idea about the architecture of a two-tier application in
Yeah,
cloud.
in security group we have to allow that for
But before
like
they reach security group, they need to have a URL of your website or
okay, so that URL comes by using Route 53.
okay. And then that Route 53 points to something
Yes,
privately.
DNS host name.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Any sort of cost optimization you had to do in the last 1 year where your team lead mentioned that the cost is going up, we need to somehow manage the cost?
No, not exactly.
Okay. And in your pipeline, do you define some sort of role in the pipeline? What those roles are, do you know?
Yes. IAM roles we have to also mention by using Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
So like whichever service we are creating, we have to give roles for that. Like we are creating CloudWatch, so we have to give CloudWatch a role for that pipeline.
Okay. If your pipeline needs some permissions, then pipeline needs to have a role,
Yes. Pipeline needs to have a role.
and that role will have permissions associated.
Yeah. We have to attach policy
Yeah.
in role.
How do you do rollback in case something goes wrong in your environment? Any strategy you have built?
For rollback.
Or it always works and never had to roll back anything?
No, we are facing issue, but at that time we are destroy our resources which we have created, and after we did some change on our code, and after that we'll apply.
Okay. So that
So that is the
mainly you are creating AWS resources. So, but what about the application that you have deployed? Does that need rollback to a old version? Or
yes,
if you
yes,
have to
needs rollback.
if you have to redeploy your resources, then it may take time, right? So during that time, your application will be down or not accessible.
No, it needs rollback, but I exactly don't know about that. We are also yes, we have also auto scaling. So
Hmm.
that replica we are creating like 2 to 3 with different ages. So yeah, that I know.
All right. How about Kubernetes? What have you worked in done in Kubernetes area?
Uh, in Kubernetes, I learn yeah, replica set. I know. Yeah, what is API version? What is kind and all that. Like in my second project, I mentioned basic DevOps assignment. So what exactly we did in that? Yeah, there is Java project. So we have first created a pipeline for that. So the pipeline catch project from GitHub. After that, we test someone. We have created test cases in Maven. After
Mhm.
that, we build a project in Maven, and uh, the builded project will go in Docker Hub. So the image will be created, and after we are pushing it into ECR repo, and the last step the last step is uh, the ECR image we are deploying by using Kubernetes.
Can you do it? Can you rephrase this thing one more time, please? And we'll see what.
Yes, yes. So there is one Java project, right?
Mhm.
So so first we have uploaded into a GitHub repo,
Okay.
and then we created step in Jenkins pipeline. So
Okay.
the first step is about fetching project from GitHub repo. The
But
second
how
project
does
is,
Jenkins know that there is a project available in GitHub or something has changed in GitHub?
so for that we have done GitHub SCM polling.
Okay.
So every time after whatever we have said that time, so that time we'll fetch the project. Like after 15 minutes of interval, they'll fetch the project from GitHub.
Okay. So that's your SCM polling is will Jenkins will know that
Yes.
in the GitHub repository with this source code, and then it will build.
Yeah. And our GitHub repo is private. Then we have to also mention credential.
Okay.
Uh, and if our repo is public, so we don't need to mention credentials.
Right. Do you also
So
create branches in your pipe in your repositories?
yes, I have created branches like one dev branch and one master branch.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we are talking about dev branch.
No, I am talking about master branch.
Okay. What happens in dev branch?
So dev branch, I am working on that. Like whatever like small changes I have did in dev
Mhm.
branch. So
Okay.
if it's work, so then I'll merge it into
But how
master
do
branch.
you know it's working?
Like I run the code manually, and
Mhm.
then I start working on pipeline. So
Okay.
like I pick the Java project. So first I run manually by
On your
using
laptop, that Docker file is
yes.
building.
No, no, before the Docker file. So first I run my sample project by using Postman. So it will get and post request. So after that, uh, I know that my project is working. So then after I works with DevOps.
Okay. Okay. So let's go get back to the pipeline structure.
Yeah. So after that, next step is about Maven build. So the project is building by using Maven, and the next step is about uh, uh, Docker image building.
Okay.
So for that I write a Docker file for that, and so the image will be built. and the next step is image is pushing to a Docker hub.
Okay.
So again I'll check that my image is working or not. So whenever the Docker image will be pushed to a Docker hub, so I check by using image run. So I'll run that image and check whether my project is running or not.
Okay.
And next step is I push that image in ECR, AWS ECR.
Why do you do this step?
Actually, I am not pushing in Docker Hub, but
Okay.
I push in my local Docker desktop.
What is that for?
So I created image in my local machine, and then I push it into a ECR. I am not pushing in Docker Hub actually.
But why are you building on your local? You are using Jenkins.
Yes, yes. So for I have to check my project is running or not. So for that reason, I am creating image in my local first, and
That
then I
is
am
your
pushing.
that is your dev branch work, right? That's where you are working.
Yes, yes,
But we were
yes,
now started talking about master branch, right? Where is Jenkins
yes.
coming into picture? If you are building locally, then
No, so first I am building projects on local, right?
okay.
And then I am pushing into a ECR repo.
Okay. So from local itself, you are pushing to ECR.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And the last step is Kubernetes run. So I am create. So I also created to a deployment.yaml file for that, and I run the command like
It works
apply if
locally from your
deployment.yaml.
terminal.
Yes, yes, terminal.
You are not using Jenkins or any CI/CD tool at all to do any of this.
No, but we can do. But for
Yeah,
this
of course we
project, I
can.
haven't done.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and also 3 or 4 service I have created like RDS database,
Mm-hmm.
uh, EC2. No, sorry, RDS, EKS, uh, and load balancer, and VPC. I have created using Terraform. So that service also I am automating in AWS account.
Cool.
So this is the project.
I got some idea about your profile and your experience and that sort of thing, like what I
Yes.
wanted to get. Uh, you can tell me, like, you can ask me anything that about this role or whatever you want. You have any queries?
Yeah, I have queries like this step I have completed, and now what will be my next future step? So I would like to talk about that with
But
you.
are you happy with what you have done so far? And
Yes, yes, yes. I learned a lot from that. But
so
now, where I have to, what will be my next step in
I think
future?
for me, a genuine feedback over here would be that you have some gaps. So because the level of knowledge people would expect from 1.5 year experience person, that language is not coming very uh, refined or brief, that language that you would expect people who have worked on certain projects. The text and the stuff that they would talk about would be very nicely written, nicely communicated, because you have already
Okay,
worked on it, right? You are not this is very raw interview we are talking. So but you have a background, you have worked on those things, so you should be able to bring that out with confidence. That bit
okay,
is probably missing. I don't see, like, I'm confused whether you have actually worked on these projects in your free time, spending 1 or 2 weeks, or is it really 5-6 months long projects where you have spent a lot of time following best practices or that sort of thing. It's not coming out at all.
okay, okay,
You not knowing what your company does, what your product that you are helping in the infrastructure, not knowing at all, also is a sort of red flag. Because if somebody is trying to identify or filter candidates who have sort of fake resume or fake experience, or not having enough hands-on experience, you can fall into that category. You should know what your company does, what your product that you are helping, that you should be aware of,
okay,
right?
okay,
People who will not be aware, who have actually not worked and they are faking it. So then usually they fake the AWS and Terraform and stuff like that. They won't know which company to talk about.
okay, okay. I'll make note for that.
and the depth of knowledge is also sort of missing. The private subnet, public subnet clarity not being there, especially you are creating infrastructure. So that bit was like, probably they would have stopped the interview there itself if it was a real interview.
Okay.
That understanding needs to be refined.
All right.
All right. So that's the depth of the knowledge. What you are working on, you need to go slightly deep into those areas. Certifications you can target, since you are more Terraform experienced, you can definitely go for Terraform certification, any Kubernetes certification. But even if you are working deploying from your laptop, please don't highlight that that's how you are doing.
Okay.
You have to convert that into, you have to first suggest your organization that these are the tools available. We should be using these options. We should be building pipelines. They have these benefits. It's a repeatable process. Everybody can see what's being done in the pipeline. From your laptop, you may be creating resources which are not suitable, not following standards. Nobody will come to know because you are doing everything from your laptop. So suggest them and try to bring that in the company. If they are not doing it, they are more of a lean company and they don't follow these so many tools, or then you have to build it in your free time, all these projects following slightly better standards, better practices, and then showcase that as your experience rather than the laptop driven process or CLI driven process.
Okay. Understand.
And talk about things in your resume. You have Packer being mentioned. Packer is a nice skill to have. Terra Grant you have. So talk about it, that how you are testing all this infrastructure. You spoke about REST API testing, hitting the endpoint and making sure that the service is running, but talk about these other tools as well.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, what next you wanted to ask, right? So I think first fill in these gaps, make sure that you are ready for the interviews before you start applying. You can apply, but meanwhile be ready with the kind of questions that they may ask. My questions were still very generic, still not very simple, and I just wanted to see how confident you are. Have you really worked on those tools or not? The new company will be hiring for a specific job description, so they will have some plans, they will have some targets that new person joins, he will work on so and so things. So they will have a lot more pointed questions, more specific questions, and you need to then,
Okay, got it. Yeah, so this is the feedback I want to talk about.
Yeah, new
Thank you. Thank you for the interview.
Bye.
Bye.